For almost 20 years, the Cancer Connection in Northampton has been a haven where people with cancer and their loved ones can receive support and learn how to cope with this devastating disease. Recently, producer Dave Fraser talked with 3 local cancer survivors who shared their personal stories about how the disease changed their lives and the impact that the Cancer Connection has had on them.
Existentially, I think we all try on this notion of, what if I got a cancer diagnosis? We see people go very early to cancer, and as much as it's not a death sentence per se, as it used to be, because treatments are getting better, it's something that really is a zinger and makes you kind of talk to yourself in terms of being immortal in ways that you wouldn't otherwise. I have a fairly new diagnosis. It was June of last year that I had some blood work done. Because I actually had a mental health collapse, my therapist said, you should see if there's anything physiologically that can make us understand why you've went from being in command to being rather anxious and depressed. The discovery was not only is it a malignancy, but the tumors were rated number 9 on a scale from 0 to 10 for the aggressiveness of the cells. So that's sort of how I came into the cancer world, and it was a shocker.
Cancer is one thing that causes you to assess what you do with your life and with your time. You know, there's a fairly high likelihood that I might develop a cancer somewhere else in my body during my life, based on the specifics of my tumor. And so I just sort of value my time in a different way, and being intentional with what I do is, really, really important for me. I'm not satisfied by just sort of going through life anymore. I want to, make intentional choices about how I spend my time. In spring of 2017, I was diagnosed with triple positive breast cancer, and came as quite a shock. And luckily, my parents live right down the street from Cancer Connection. I was already very familiar. They've been donors for a long time. Their name is right on the wall when I walked in. And so it was a very comfortable place to come and have, an additional support to, my actual medical treatment.
When the founders, Jackie Walker and Deborah Gera, envisioned Cancer Connections, because there was no place around where people could just go and talk about their experience, share it, and even not think about it if they didn't have to because of other things. And they wanted to have the services all free of charge, so there'd be equal access to anybody who needed the services that we offer. But at any point in time, you could be coming for a couple of years, and let's say that the reality of the fact that you've had cancer, or you're still wrestling with cancer, you still can just come and talk to someone we call a befriender. A befriender is the first stop when you come to Cancer Connection. The people you talk to when you call on the phone, and the ones you stop in and see. When I was only in my 30s, I was diagnosed with breast cancer for the first time, and it was indeed a shocker. They did a minor surgery, and it hadn't spread to a lymph node, so I was good to go. Well, 20 some odd years later, I had a shocker and cancer returned. It was still breast cancer again, still the early stages. And this time they had to take part of my body, which didn't make me too happy, because you kind of get used to having all parts of you. But you did it, because one of the things you have a choice about is, do I want to fight this ugly little C word, or do I want to give up? And I decided I still had a life I wanted to live, so I fought it and kept on going. It's a journey. No one deals with this by themselves. This is about people getting healing or feeling less stressed and calm about it. I'm single, never married, but still I have siblings and I have friends. And so even when I was going through, I wasn't alone.
Just having someone to talk to on a regular basis that wasn't a therapist, the actual treatment and healing that I received from that was really amazing.
We are a medicalized group of citizens, us cancer survivors, as we call ourselves. So living for the moment is clearly a piece of what has changed for me.